And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Minnesota Vikings. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Fletcher Cox there for the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside. But that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Cousins now on 2nd down. Over the middle here to Rudolph. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Cousins to his tight end Rudolph for a Viking first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, it was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Hey, 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 hey. Johan, what do you need?
Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Morgan. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. So they need to determine if that knee was down before the ball was coughed up.
And they also wanted to make sure that the ball was possessed as they were going through, that the ball wasn't working its way free before the knee hit the ground.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
3rd and inches, they just handed to the big battering ram there. That's football 101, isn't it? That's bread and butter. Turn around and hand it to the big fella and let him get forward for a first down.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 12 yards there as they move the chains. That's his longest run of the first quarter. And, Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
And they got to the perimeter. So that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done today. So they'll have some complimentary runs where he'll run it to the inside. But it appears that when they want the big yardage, they think they can get to the outside and make it happen.
And he'll find Thielen on the right side. A gain of 6 there on first.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. On 2nd down, Cook. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Nice job there finding room to maneuver, and he worked his way into another first down. And look, they had great field position to start, but boy, they've done a nice job taking advantage of it.
Now they're just hoping to cap it off.
4 down, check, 4 down, 4 down. 2.
They run again on first down. Cook. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Second down, Cousins. It's caught on the left side by Baldwin. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Baldwin's first catch going to be good enough for a first down.
I don't care how many times you tell the story, it never loses its luster for me. Doug Baldwin, undrafted out of Stanford, and plays like a #1 receiver should in the NFL. I don't care how you cover him. I don't care that his size isn't great. He's the one that typically comes up with the football.
Absolutely. His roots go all the way back to Gulf Breeze, Florida, where he's from, right on the water near Pensacola, and then, of course, to Stanford, and, boy, he's been good. He'll get it up the middle. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there, and if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. And he whips that one incomplete there.
I know in every game we do, we talk about momentum. That was a momentum play lost. And now there could be a letdown because they didn't get the interception.
Yeah, you could almost hear the collective gasp on the sideline as he could not come up with that football. This will be play number 8 on the drive. It's 3rd and goal. From the gun, here's Cousins. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings have taken a first-quarter lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Carlson now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. They'll run with a former Badger. It's Corey Clement looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down inbounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. From the gun, it's Wentz. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. And getting our first update now from Nashville. And it's the Titans who are off to the early lead in that ball game. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They start the drive with Cook. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Throwing is Cousins. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down. The Vikings send out their punter as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. This is taken around the 12. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Throwing on first is Wentz. Looking deep downfield. And incomplete, he dropped it. Maybe a rookie mistake there. 2nd down.
Well, partner, I guess that answers the question about whether they're going to sit on it or not.
It does. Now we'll see if they try that again.
Yeah, I think what we find on plays like that, when you take that shot, if you're unsuccessful, then you go way more conservative to finish the half, you know? I think that's the way they'll go.
Wentz will try again on 2nd down. Ertz has it left side. And they're able to get this one across the 35. An Eagle first down there. Wentz to Ertz, and the names that end in TZ. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips.
He's got it at the 15. Back live with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Eagles with the ball here to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. So after the big play, look at this. All the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Into the red zone. Wentz. And a quick throw here. That's complete. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
Run. Let's go.
Again, it's Wentz. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Handoff comes to Cook. And now where are they going to mark him here? Well, they say he did get back to the 1-yard line, but that could have easily been 2 points the other way. So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. Cook following the penalty. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
A first down throw for Cousins. And it's incomplete.
I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll fake a block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Cousins now. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack.
Well, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up, back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
3 down.
Instead, they go empty backfield as they'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to get this up to the 24-yard line. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10.
4 down.
They pitch it out to Cook. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
A give. This is Cook. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run it here. This is Buck Allen. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
They'll run with Allen. And a short gain down to about the 33. And the tackle there by Chris Long.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Black. Lucky 50. Hey, flipper.
To throw is Cousins. And he's able to find Diggs. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. The Vikings 1st down. Diggs able to find his way free and get the catch from Cousins. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Hey. 4 down.
2 minutes to go here in the 1st half. More from Minneapolis after this. They'll run it now out of the gun. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
I'm getting the sense that Fletcher Cox is making offensive linemen want to take the week off when they have to play against him.
It's a regular routine for him, isn't it?
It really is. That play there, that's him all day long. Good luck trying to block him and keep him from disrupting your offense.
Cousins to throw it. And incomplete. He tried to leave it underneath. Nearly got picked. They may be lucky to have that one back. 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Carlson able to put this one through. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So they started that drive all the way back at the 1, able to march down, get 3.
It was daunting to begin with, wasn't it? But I thought overall, a very poised and efficient drive to get 3 points.
After the made field goal, Carlson now sets up to kick this away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. It's caught by Aguilar. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. The Eagles hustle him to the line. Clock rolling.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you go lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
Hey, empty.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. First down now, but that clock rolling. And he just clocked it. But the clock wasn't even moving. Well, that's one you don't see very often, a wasted down. On second down, here's Wentz. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now flags come in here. Looked like one of the Eagles might have moved. The false start backs them up 5. 1st and 15. Good chip. 81. Black, come on. Working from the gun. Wentz. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Give him 3 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12. Great 15. Now Wentz again. And that is caught. It's Aguilar for the Eagle touchdown. Nelson Aguilar in the final seconds of the first half. And the Eagles have cut it back within a score. Elliott good with a PAT. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Elliott now to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And now out comes Minnesota as the season winds down and you look at them in totality. You know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is where we always hear the term complementary football because, as you noted, the defense has played well enough for them to win games, and the offense has held them back. So they've got to reward that defense by improving on offense. I don't know if you make a change at quarterback, running back, tight end. It doesn't matter. Get better players, better system, so they can play to the standards of the defense, and the win column will result.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. So we've reached halftime here in Minnesota with the Vikings on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. And an alley to run. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. Past the 20. And a terrific return as they finally do stop him, but not before he's inside the 15.
And that's the type of return that puts a tremendous amount of pressure on the defense now. They've got to go out on the field almost like it's a sudden change, almost like it's a turnover. They've got to go out there and try and stop them. But, boy, what a tough spot they're in.
And they'll run it here. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
Sunday. Trey 15. Trey 15.
Wentz to throw on second down. And he can't corral it. Maybe a big missed opportunity there defensively in the end zone. And now third down.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one.
Run.
Now Wentz on third down. That ball's caught. Aguilar right side. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 24.
Ringo 48.
Try to fire up that running game with Dalvin Cook. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
4 down.
Right back to him on first down. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Cousins now on 2nd down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Now Cousins. And he finds Cook. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Cousins now to throw on 1st down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A good pickup there on 1st as the screen pass gets him 8.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. But still, ended up with a solid gain.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Tackle made that time by Brandon Graham. A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. Third and short yardage. Cousins runs through the contact. Escaping the... Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And the Eagles have recovered. And at this stage in the game, sure, you wanted the touchdown. You're already in the red zone, but, boy, you squandered a chance to at least get the field goal there, so no points out of this, and we stay tied.
Very disappointed team. No one more disappointed than the kicker who thought he had a chance to be the hero of the day. All they had to do is trot him out on the field. They didn't even give him the opportunity.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. On the carry, here's Clement. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll run again with Clement. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. Give him 2 on that run, and they're still left looking at a 3rd and about 9 to go.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. Jeffrey wheels it in over the middle. An Eagle 1st down. Wentz hooking up with Jeffrey.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Wentz now on 1st down. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Everson Griffin in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Shotgun now for Wentz. Buying time to his left. He finds Aguilar over the middle. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. He'll look to set up his blockers. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. First down. Here's Cousins. Over the middle, complete. That's Morgan. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. From the gun, here's Cousins. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Morgan. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Cousins now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. All even as we get ready to start the fourth.
Everyone's got 4 down. Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Oh, you got deep?
Second down, Cousins. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Brandon Graham in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long.
Yellow, 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 yellow.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the 4th quarter and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
This is Clement. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And he'll get it down here to the 43. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Wentz on the bootleg. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
82, 82.
On play action, Wentz. They'll roll him out right. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And that one results in 35 yards.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on first and goal. Oh, how about this on first and goal? Oh, now he bowls him over. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a second and goal.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that's where you appreciate this from your head coach. He's not afraid to trust his guys to do the right thing, and as a player, that means an awful lot.
Now Wentz throwing on second down. Incomplete. Nelson Aguilar, the intended receiver, and it's third down.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, third and goal. From the gun, it's Wentz. And that one's going to be over everybody in the back of the end zone. It's incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And now out comes Minnesota. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. Agreed, that's twice now in this fourth quarter.
As a quarterback, a lot of times you think it's all on you to make plays when you're losing. And here, the play's not there, but he throws it anyway.
A run, it's Clement. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Wentz now to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
The Eagles on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. That'll be good for 6, but now it's 4th down.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
And this won't get there. Won't be on line either. It's no good. Off to the right, and this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. They'll run it now out of the gun. Some extra space following the display of power. Down just inside the 45. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. Incomplete. Right side, the tight end Rudolph. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little game. Cousins now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Cousins now. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He's to the 10 and down to the 7-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. They'll run with Cook. Give him 3 on the gain there, 2nd and goal. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle, and he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. They come out here in the I. They'll run for it with Cook. That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
The holding penalty, that puts them in an unenviable spot here as they try again on 3rd and goal. He'll look to throw. Over the middle here to Rudolph. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. A 4-yard pickup, not enough. 4th down. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So a big one coming now for Daniel Carlson. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. The kick by Carlson is good. And we are all tied here in the final stages. So a big kick to get this back to even. Now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal the other way, that does you in.
You're exactly right. You didn't get into overtime yet. So now as a defense, you've got to think to yourself, you can't play prevent defense, just give up big chunks of yardage in front of you. But you also can't let anyone behind you. So you sit right on the line between the two, play the best defense you can, and not make it easy for them to move the ball downfield.
Checking in on Houston. It's in the 4th quarter there. Now you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know a lot of people won't like the draw called in that situation, but every now and then that pops big. In this case, it didn't happen.
Back to throw. Wentz. Ertz has it left side. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. An Eagle first down. Wentz to Ertz. Huge first down. Got to hurry.
Yeah, now they have to get up there, get set, and then spike it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Now Wentz. Wide open receiver complete. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Now Wentz signaling frantically, let's get to the line.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. Right now, everything resting on the right foot of Jake Elliott. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. Right now, everything resting on the right foot of Jake Elliott. This from long, very long range. Does he have the distance? He does. It's good. My goodness, he hits it from the parking lot as time expires. And the Eagles are going to win the football game. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted, no matter who you're playing, no matter